Have fun.
I have always said that there was one song that is going to be the song that I danced to at my wedding with my dad. That's going to be our daddy-daughter dance. I remember her in pink, so soft and warm. She had me wrapped around my fingers since the day you were born. Beautiful baby from the outside in. Like it's saying, you always know your road back home. You always you always know where to
Right.
find me if you need me, and I'm excited to watch you soar, and I'm wrapped around your finger, and all the
Oh
typical
boy.
daddy daughter things.
It's so beautiful.
Oh my god.
What's up, Herostock Nation?
Rolling down the highway, sunsetting as I drive away. Pull up and everybody's drinking. Pop one, let's get the buzz going. I know just what you're thinking. Boy, hop in my Jeep, just you and me. Let's see how much trouble we can be. Let's get crazy. Me and my friends headed to the barn. Got a six-pack, my bikini on. Lord knows we'll be up till dawn. I can't think of a better feeling. Red dirt and sand, top down, doors off, bump a Dixieland. Did I just right? Mixing with whiskey and lime, yeah, it's what you're thinking. Climb on in the backseat, just you and me. Let's see how much trouble we can be. Light up the sky and make it sparkle like the 4th of July. Me and my friends headed to the barn. Got a six-pack, my bikini on. Lord knows we'll be up till dawn. I can't think of a better feeling. Weekend in the sun in the middle of June, and there's nothing else to do. I can't think of a better feeling. We've been waiting, stuck inside for way too long. Now the days stretch out and the night feels strong. Reaching for our favorite can as we live our getaway plan. Let the sun dip low, do what we do, 'cause the real fun starts when the stars break through. Me and my friends headed to the barn. Got a six-pack, my bikini on. Lord knows we'll be up till dawn. I can't think of a better feeling. A weekend in the sun in the middle of June, and there's nothing else to do. I can't think of a better feeling. I can't think of a better feeling. I can't think of a better feeling.
What's
What's up,
Herostock
Herostock Nation? That almost worked perfectly.
Bree Steiner is definitely going places, and she's going to be our guest this evening. And we're also bringing along her dad, and everyone knows Jason, of course.
Yeah, I suppose we'll let him come along.
The founder of Herostock. Hey, Jason. Hey, Bree. How's it going this evening?
Good, how about you?
Going good. What's up, Herostock Nation? Yeah, right.
It's about time for us to probably update that. I think that was what was that, Jason? Was that a year or two ago when
About a
when-
year and a half ago now. So, yep.
My time is flying.
It is.
Here we are already in March with the next big Herostock event coming up in August. And is there anything you can tell us before we jump right into this conversation with Bree?
I just found out today that we think our headliner that we have been chasing, our big headliner, will be signing tomorrow. And so tomorrow once that's signed, we will actually start releasing our bands and our lineup and kind of the layout of what we're going to do this year, because it's going to be different from last year and the year before. Everybody knows that we're shortening it down to one day as our main event with all the vendors, and then we'll do a pre-party on Friday night with some crazy stuff going on with that too. So, but yeah,
I know that the the board for Herostock has been juggling and just running around and getting things organized and trying to fill these openings. And yeah, this is really exciting news. Although I don't think I know who you're talking about. I guess we'll just wait till tomorrow.
Hold on. I swear, as Jason was talking, I could see Bree just kind of smiling out the side of her mouth a little bit, like she knows who it is. And I have a cell phone.
That's question number 25 on this evening's interview.
I got a cell phone right here, and it's not going off. So what's going on?
All right. Well, very cool.
His initials are LF, and he's an upcoming artist. We'll give that LF, upcoming artist.
Wait a second. Where's chat?
And it's a male.
Okay.
No.
Where's AI? Let's ask right now. All right. All right. We can. Well, listen. Let's go ahead and get underway. First of all, Bree, let me just go ahead and give you the proper introduction. Bree Steiner is a Nebraska singer-songwriter whose music is rooted in authentic storytelling and influenced by the values she grew up with as the daughter of a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. And we're also honored to have Jason with us, Bree's father, a Marine Corps veteran, the founder and president of Herostock, and our good friend, and someone deeply committed to supporting and uplifting the veteran community. If you know what his work has been like and tried to get a hold of him, take a number. There's a little bit of a wait. In the meantime, take a listen to Bree's music while you're on hold. Together, they represent something powerful, the connection between service, family, and music. And I got to tell you, it's great having you both because I know that your schedules have been busy. So, Jason, Bree, welcome to the program. So, Bree, before we, talk about the work that you and your dad are doing together today, can we go back in time, the beginning of your musical journey, going down this path of doing music, exploring, and just trying to figure out, is this what I really want to do?
Well, you can ask my parents and my brother. I have always lived life like I was in a music video. Doesn't matter where we were, what we were doing, I was singing and dancing. And so I think that was always kind of a big influence for me. I was in my school choir growing up. And then once I hit 13, I did the anthem for the first time. And I was like, oh, wow, like I brought this guy to tears. Isn't that crazy? Marine to tears.
Every time.
Yeah.
Never seen him cry in my life. And then I did the anthem, and there it was.
Oh, well, I can certainly appreciate that. Daughters have that special relationship with us dads, Right. So that doesn't surprise me. Now, that wasn't when I saw you, right? You weren't. That was
Nope.
just okay. All right.
Nope,
So you had already done.
Yeah, I would have been about 16, I believe, when we first met.
Okay.
So about 4 years ago.
Oh man.
And so then I kind of started going more into depth with music, and I loved performing. And it's always like how I was little, I grew up thinking I was in a music video, and it's kind of cool because now I actually am in music videos. Like they're mine. So that was really cool, and it definitely influenced me.
So let's go back to those artists that helped you shape that musical style early on.
I think my main one would be Carrie Underwood, just the sass and attitude, and also the range and power she brings, and just that she seems like she's a very caring person to everybody she meets. And so that's definitely a big one. Kelsey Ballerini has been a pretty big one as well. Just I like her style of music. And then this one might kind of catch people off guard, but Adele is a big influence.
Well, understandable.
Yeah. So that one was a pretty big one as well. And Kelly Clarkson too, just the power and range of her voice. It was like, oh, I want to be able to do that. So.
Well, and a little fun fact is everywhere I am, I have music playing. Whether I'm in the truck, in the shower, on the job, it doesn't matter. I have music playing. So every place we go, she's influenced by the music that we're listening to together. And it's just kind of fun to see now her on the other side of that, of not just riding in the truck, but we can pull her songs up and put them on the radio.
So, Bree, let me ask you this: with knowing that you've been spending a lot of time listening to your dad's music, is there a song that stands out that you'll always remember? You know, oh, I was listening to that with my dad, and it stays with you. Giving away answers, man. Oh my God!
Sorry,
You'll have your turn in a minute.
I know. I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
I have always said that there was one song that is going to be the song that I dance to at my wedding with my dad. That's going to be our daddy-daughter dance.
Hold on. Here you go.
Oh boy.
Here you go.
Oh boy. Yeah, you gotta get tissues. Gotta get the tissues out.
I know. Okay,
just use your beard like a man.
Right.
Yeah, it's long enough.
Oh my goodness. And what song is that?
My Little Girl by Tim McGraw.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nice, very nice.
Bunch of softies.
And
Look at you.
I know.
the lyrics themselves, what can you tell us? Because I'm a big Tim McGraw fan, but I'm not familiar with that one. Do you recall some of the lyrics?
Yeah. I remember her in pink, so soft and warm. She had me wrapped around my fingers since the day you were born. Beautiful baby from the outside in. Like, it's saying you always know your road back home. You always you always know where to find me if you need me, and I'm excited to watch you soar, and I'm wrapped around your finger, and you know, all the typical daddy-daughter things.
Okay.
It's so beautiful.
Oh my God.
The beard.
What about songs? Because I know I've had this conversation with my daughter as well too, because she had the same exposure to the music that that she grew up with as well too, and she's had her favorites and her least favorites. What about one that's just kind of, Dad, you know, you need to put it away? I'm done with that song. Anything come to mind?
Have I ever told you I didn't like a song?
I don't think you ever have.
Okay, well,
we just kind of roll through the playlist.
And if we don't like it, we talk over it.
Oh gosh. All right, Matt, what are your questions? Go for it.
Wait, well, hold on. I wasn't ready.
Well, and you got to intro this right. Matt was actually one of the first people that played for Bree, because Bree doesn't play guitar much.
Yeah.
So Matt actually jumped in and played for Bree for quite a few gigs.
Yes, I recall. I recall this. In fact, I seem to remember us doing a guitar, I want to say a songwriters workshop, and both Matt and Bree. And this must have happened sometime around the time the two of you were doing music together.
Yeah.
I know she likes Kelsey Ballerini. I know she does.
And now Matt does too.
Did you have
And
to learn?
the muscles in your fingers know that too.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, hey, Matt. So, when it came to the material, learning the material to become part of Bree's band or duet or however it is that you promoted yourselves, what do you recall the experience being like with? And this was probably one of your earlier gigs, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was that experience like?
I'll tell you for myself, I learned that Bree has to sing all the female songs. I just can't do
profound.
It. I tried.
Absolutely profound.
I just can't do it.
All right. And you tried Bree, you've heard him try to sing it, and did you correct him? Did you say no?
No, he did a great job.
No. She corrected me in a way that didn't require words. Like, like I hit a note and she's like,
oh, yeah. Throw the look.
Like, oh, yeah, I nailed it, right? I nailed it. Yeah.
Nice things may say what my mouth won't, but not usually.
I'll say this. I have observed the Nebraska music community, and it surprises me that you're sharing something like that, because it's always been so supportive, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Very.
Oh gosh.
Yes. Matt's just trying to make me look like a bad person,
Oh no. Well, we haven't even spoken really with your dad yet, so maybe. Well, awesome. I mean, the music community. Yeah, I mean, I just want to kind of go back to that, and because Bree, you're out there, you're performing, you've gone to venues all around Nebraska, and they have been so welcoming, is what I can tell. So far, Is this musical journey that you're on, is it working for you?
Yeah, it's been really, really fun and getting to connect with people and meet new fans. And it's just been and meet new musicians as well, have people to kind of co-write and do duets with and bounce ideas off of each other and be able to do all that. It's been awesome. And we've run into the issue of I'm it's we've done some bar shows and most of my friends aren't 21, and so it's kind of hard to not have friends there, but they still find ways to tune in certain ways. And so it's just been like FaceTime or videos or whatever I post. They're always being very, very supportive, and same with my boyfriend. So it's been fun having my friends grow on this journey with me. They were there from the very beginning, and now they're here however many years later.
Well, you're on the start of an adventure, and as you start to write and release and perform for new people, um, that that that's gonna something that'll be something that'll grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that your dad's out there actively promoting you and getting you those opportunities to play for these individuals. Let me just go back because Jason, I'm going to bring you into the conversation in just a moment here
Sure.
because this musical journey, it's really clear, Bree, that it is deeply personal to you from your young age, and you knew that music was going to be a part of your life, and then now you're writing, you've been writing, and you've been
Yeah.
performing, and you're really bringing more people into the fold. Maybe you can share with us, you know, um, is there a family dynamic that kind of pushes you in that type of a direction, or is this something that you really have to work at? I mean, you've got you've been raised a certain way in the military family. Maybe it's the organization, the communications, or just a certain way of doing this that you may have learned from being part of a military family. What is it that that you can lean on to make this music journey something that isn't so difficult? You don't have to
Right.
try so hard at.
I think just knowing that I'm never going to be doing it alone. I'll always have the support of my parents and my brother and all my friends, as I mentioned. And my boyfriend is a huge music lover, so he's constantly throwing out ideas for lyrics. And so is my dad. We'll be in the car and he'll
Mhm.
say something, and I'm like, "Hey, that's a good idea. Let's get that down." And so we'll start kind of writing a song that way. And I think that's really helped me knowing that community is everything. And my dad's been trying to do that with Herostock, show that you have community, you have people supporting you no matter where you're at in life.
Yeah, that's true. Can I ask you about, because I don't think I've asked you this one before, growing up as the daughter of a Marine. Now, your dad has shared with me some of his perspectives, but maybe you can share with us a little bit about, growing up um, as the daughter of someone who served in the U.S. Marine Corps.
Yeah, it made me very proud to be American and very proud to be in the country that we're in
Mm.
and have those freedoms and be grateful for those people who have fought for our freedom and who are currently fighting for our freedom. And it's definitely raised me to be more conscious of the way my actions may affect other people, and just the basic respect that I think a lot of people lack nowadays. If I'm being honest, there's no
Values are
respect.
definitely different, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And you're raised in a I don't want to say a strict household, but you have a moral compass and you're expected to stick to it.
Well, and look at you now,
Yep.
man, oh
What
man, we're
are
so proud of you.
what are some of the biggest challenges that you've kind of seen early on with when it comes to like kind of the constraints on time, you know, with getting out there and making music videos and writing and recording and promoting. I mean, there's so much restriction there on time. Like, has it made it difficult in any way to kind of do other things? You have to, I mean, call in like reinforcements. I mean, I know you got Jason, knocking stuff out for you, but what kind of you personally, what kind of challenges have you kind of seen early on?
Yeah, I would say I work a full-time job, and so usually by the time I get home, I'm exhausted and don't really want to do anything social media wise. I just want to chill and then go to bed and whatever. And I am still a 20-year-old girl. I still love to go out and hang out with friends. And I've had a couple instances already where it's been like, oh yeah, I'll come to your birthday. We'll get together for your 21st. We'll hang out and then you guys can go out. And then it was like, oh wait, never mind. I have a show. I can't go. Or I have a friend who's getting married and I'm part of her wedding party. And she's like, oh, hey, is everybody free this weekend? And I was like, oh yeah. And then my dad was like, oh, hey, wait, you have a show. And I was like, oh man. So, it's difficult missing out on that experience of just being a 20-year-old girl. But at the same time, it's shaping me to not do anything that normal 20-year-old girls would do. Like I'm doing things in a completely different way. And I have to be very conscious of my image and my self-respect and my friendships, my relationships with everybody. I have to be very, very conscious about all of that. Whereas normal 20-year-old girls, they go out, they don't care if it gets posted on Instagram or whatever. And so that's been a challenge, but at the same time, it's been a blessing as well to be able to pursue something that makes me hold myself to higher standards.
Yeah. Maturity accelerated yes, is what that
very, very true.
Sounds like. And I don't know, something tells me that your dad kind of pushed you in that direction. Not not in a bad way, but
hey, you need to make a post on social media for this. We do that quite often.
We do.
But that's the nature of it, We talk about, the restrictions on time, you got to feed the algorithm, so they say. So you have to post, certain things at certain times, and in order, to keep certain thing kind of out there in the algorithm for other people. And I was just wondering, with working a full-time job and having a band and practice and writing music and still trying to live life, as a 20-year-old female, those constraints on time. I was just, to me, for those out there who maybe have seen you sing or heard you sing or seen you perform, who maybe have some kind of newfound ambition to kind of pursue similar things. It's not all just, lights, camera, action, fun. Right. There's some very real, struggles there. And, if you're not prepared for it, those things can kind of, cause a bit of a pain. But, it seems like you have a good team around you. So, keeping your head on your shoulders, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know what you mean.
Well, I know what you mean. The lights, camera, action is this much of the equation.
Yeah.
The actual performing is this much of it. It's, there's so much behind the scenes that people don't understand. Even just from the manager side of it and trying to book and that kind of stuff, there's so much that goes into it that I didn't know until we started going down this road. And it's like, holy crap, this is like another job on top of the nonprofit.
This is where you gain the wrinkles in the forehead. This is where like, oh crap, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Hey, let's transition to songwriting, to Bree, to your music. The one thing that makes music so powerful that, what we're discovering, obviously, in our interviews and even our own personal experiences, that behind every song, there's a story. And your dad has shared with us, some of the recordings that you made. I know that there was one that seemed to be very, deeply personal to you. And maybe you can kind of, tell us in your songwriting journey, the song that may have captured something really meaningful to you about your life, and maybe you've written about it and maybe a story behind it. But really the perspective of someone who's just writing a song, and I just want to make it so people know this is where I'm at with things.
Yeah. I wrote one that's not recorded, not released, no plans to record as of right now. Maybe down the line a little bit, but it's called Your Misses, and it's a very raw, emotional song, basically saying, I always knew that it would come down to you getting married. You would have the dog, you would have the girl with the ring on her finger, you would have the house, you would have everything, and I knew that I would never be your missus. I knew that I was never going to be the girl that you were going to marry. I was just a girl that the in between until you found your forever person. And I wrote that when I was 18. So obviously it's not like somebody did get engaged or anything yet, but it was just like that experience of like, well, I know I'm not going to be your missus, but who is, type of thing. And I wrote that when I was still very single and was like, well, maybe I'm just going to be that cool aunt who travels the world doing music and has a cute little dog,
and 40 cats.
Fingers crossed.
Which, I've been thinking recently of writing a flip side of that, of saying, I'm glad I wasn't your missus. I'm glad that I wasn't your forever person, because looking back on those experiences now, even just 2 years later, it's made me open my eyes a little bit more and realize, I was not happy where I was, and I'm very happy with where I'm at now.
That's not even to think about. My goodness.
Just life-wise, I'm so much happier with where I am.
I just had an idea, okay? And you do whatever you want, right? It's your world.
Are we going to write a song?
No. So you said you might write like a flip to that. So what if instead of your missus, this next one's kind of a sassy, kind of cocky, spicy piece that says not your next ex-missus,
Songwriting in real time, folks.
Okay, I'm not gonna be your next ex-missus.
You later tonight, and we're gonna bounce some ideas off.
How about with a leak of who the headliner is? Hello.
I just want to know: is this going to be called the weakest strength? We already have a title.
It's a weak strength.
Love it.
You gotta have it, man. It's a weak
welcome
strength.
to the Songwriters Festival here on Herostock Nation.
I'm
liking this.
Like something new.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'll just ask this one question, and then Matt, you take it away because you're the songwriter here. The question that I have, with regards to songwriting, like that particular story that you just shared with us, you must dig deep on this. I mean, this is obviously striking an emotional chord, if you will. Is that what it takes to get you to write songs?
Not necessarily. I feel like, I can find ways to relate to any song. Even though I don't have much life experience quite yet, there are still ways that I can relate to almost any song. And if I can relate to it, I can really put my full emotion into it and think about a scenario or a situation that I've been in and use that to kind of power my emotions into the song. Because I feel like it's not music if you don't have emotion in it. If you're just singing some chords and hoping that you're hitting the audience right. And
I just hope I'm on key.
I love it.
Hey, I mean, we all have those days. Yeah. Yeah, just like that emotional side of things. Like you have to be able to emotionally connect to music. And a lot of times I'll hear somebody say a fun phrase and I'm like, hey, I'm going to write a song about that. And I'll find a way to make it to where I can relate to it, whether it's sassy or happy or sad or anxious or whatever that emotion may be. I find a way to connect.
Oh, brother. Matt,
I feel like Matthew. I feel like you need glitter. You got the lights and everything.
I tell you, I'm a big ball of wacky energy, man, and sometimes I don't know what to do.
This is the first time Matt's been like this on the program.
Yeah, right.
So
I do have to ask you. Okay, so you were just talking. You mentioned emotions, right? Mm-hmm. Now I want to ask you this because it's kind of like the weird opposites that take place. When you're up on stage and you're singing a song and you got other people singing with you. You get the goosebumps. You're like, oh my God, it's happening. Right, and it's just super crazy. I know I'm too good at it, right? That excitement, right? Or when you have someone tell you, like, you did a great job. Like, it just gets so filled with all this joy. There's always the opposite. So what's the immediate fear you have after experiencing something like that? All the kudos and the great jobs and the, hey, can't wait to hear you sing. And you're like, yeah, awesome. When they all clear out and you turn, what are you thinking? What's that fear in your head? Is there any?
I wouldn't say there's fear. I would say it's more just excitement for the next gig that I have or the next song that I'm going to get to write. And it's, I wouldn't say I have any fears because I know that he's going to keep me humble no matter what. So
well, I mean, and any fear outside of like missing your intro and your dad yelling in the background, "Get your head in the game."
Not really. I used to have the fear of, oh, I wonder how they're going to perceive me. I wonder if they think I'm being too much. I wonder, like, I wonder if I look good in this outfit. I wonder if my hair looks good. It's, like those vain things that you're like, oh, I want them to like me. But my mom has always said this growing up. She says, you're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. And I've kind of taken that into stride now. And I think that's definitely helped me with my stage presence, being like, you know what? If these people don't like me being extra or too much, that's their problem. That's not mine.
Tell them, too bad. You're not getting your money back.
Right, exactly.
You're not getting your money back.
I'm up here and I'm getting paid to do my dream. Like I am perfectly happy where I'm at.
My dad told me to tell you.
Mama always said.
Yeah.
Okay, Bubba. Or no, that's
so let me ask you this. So in today's episode, we have talked about, getting in there and kind of the constraints on time when it comes to, personal time where that you can use to, kind of maybe spend doing something else, kind of like what they call like the third 8 hours of the day. You're sleeping for 8 hours, you're working for 8 hours. What are you doing in the third 8 hours that makes you different than everybody else? So how much time do you get now to actually practice playing guitar and getting into some new things? Okay, that little gesture right there tells me you've been missing some sessions.
Yeah, guitar, I pick it up here and there, but not as much as I sing. I definitely enjoy singing a lot more than playing guitar, and it's just something that singing, I'll sit downstairs and I'll sing for 3 hours every night, no issues. And whereas guitar, it's like 20 minutes and I'm like, I just don't feel like I can connect, so it kind of sucks. I really, really do want to learn. Most of the time I'm like, I'd rather sing. I'd rather do this. And then also content. I have to create the content, which means I have to sing to create content. And my guitar isn't really all that great, so I can't play guitar for content.
So you have to pick it up and go, just do what I want you to.
Right?
Yell at it.
All the time.
What's the story behind the song that's about to drop? Maybe the story I'm putting the lyrics together, and then what the experience was like to record it and go through that whole process of having it distributed.
Yeah. This next single is called Hell of a Match, and basically it's talking about two people kind of dancing around the fact that there might be a spark there, there might not. They're kind of too scared to really explore it. And then at the end, the last line is, yeah, baby, we're a hell of a match. And before that, it's always been, maybe we're a hell of a match. Like, maybe there's something there. So it's kind of fun to have that closure at the end of the song, being like, yeah, we're a good match. And they dance around that entire song where it's, I don't know, I'm scared. It's a leap of faith. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure this is what I want. And then they take that leap of faith and boom, it works.
Now, is this a song you wrote by yourself or did you collaborate with others?
Nope. So Luke Mills and C.R. Pendleton wrote this one.
Oh, okay. Got it. How cool. And did they also play on the song as well?
I believe it's their studio musicians.
And what's it like working with studio musicians?
They have it all recorded before we go in.
So we go in and it's already done. It's good to go. And I hop in the studio. I do my vocals and CR kind of throws some ideas out while I'm in the booth. And I'm like, hey, yeah, that's a good idea. Or I'll throw out an idea. And he's like, let's try it. Like, you never know unless you try it.
I'm pretty weak, looking at me with them eyes. I find it hard to speak any words to your questions. And yeah, you're not smiling at all. your past, but hey, I guess I like some lessons. So I'll keep nodding my head and drinking this drink. Yeah, maybe I'll get these lips to speak and keep dealing them out, and I'm taking the bait. And no one's talking forever tonight, but maybe in the back of my head I just might hold on to the plan, but we ain't there yet. Maybe it's a double blind kiss, or maybe we're hell of a match, hell of a match. I've been here long enough to know the signs, and I've learned how to read between the lines. Before you're a thing, and I didn't expect it. You're that melody rule breaking with the offbeat rhyme, old slow song that sneaks up on me every time. Yeah, you're pulling my heart, but you better not wreck it. So I'll keep nodding my head and drinking this drink. Yeah, maybe I'll get these lips to speak and keep dealing them out, and I'm taking the bait. And no one's talking forever tonight, but maybe in the back of my head I just might hold on to the plan, but we ain't there yet. Maybe it's a double blind catch, or maybe we're hell of a match, hell of a match. I could be reading you wrong, but I think you get my stuff, and if I'm right, boy, I'll be everything you dream of. So turn the song up, so I can keep nodding my head and drinking this drink. Yeah, maybe I'll get these lips to speak and keep dealing them out, and I'm taking the bait. And no one's talking forever tonight, but maybe in the back of my head I just might hold on to the plan, but we ain't there yet. Maybe it's a double blind kiss, or maybe we're one hell of a fire, lighting torch, burning match. Maybe we're a double blind kiss. Yeah, baby, we're hell of a match, hell of a match.
Yep.
Hey, Jason, I got a question for you. I mean, we're talking about Bree and really maturity accelerated, you having to take care of organizational skills, just being organized, obviously, and being able to multitask. And do you recall at what point in your life that also came together for you, when you started to get a sense that I have got to be better at this, just so I can kind of be much more effective, more efficient? Do you, compared to where Bree is at now, were you later or were you earlier, or about the same time when you discovered
I was
this?
probably, I still struggle with organization and all that. It's one of my weaker strengths, or weaker traits, I guess.
Weaknesses.
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a Herostock shirt that says "It's a weak strength."
Yeah, right. It's a weak strength. I like it. Yeah, that's a new.
Oh my god!
But I do. I still struggle with that, like the organization side of it, and I'll be working on the job, and I get a phone call, and they're like, "Hey," because I do tile and wood floors too for my regular business, and they'll be like, "Hey, we want to book Bree for this date," and I don't put it immediate into my calendar, and then I come home and I'm like, "Hey, you've got to take off this day," and she's like, "Well, it's a Tuesday." I'm like, crap, that wasn't the day. What was the day that you were supposed to take off? And, and stuff like that. And it's like, organization is not my greatest skill. I've become better at it because of the nonprofit and stuff. And then now with taking on the role of manager and booking agent too, has really pushed me to be more organized. So,
well, also still the role of dad.
Yeah.
Perhaps the most challenging of all tasks.
Yeah, for sure, especially with her.
Can we take us back to your time with the Marine Corps and how it shaped you into who you are today? For those who don't know Jason, I know he's like, what do you call yourself? The demon, because you do a million things at the same time, and it's like, dude, I wish I had your energy.
A lot of with the Marine Corps, you work more with less. The Marine Corps is the stepchild of all the services that get the hand-me-downs from Vietnam. When I went in, I was in 96 to 2000, and we were still wearing part of the uniforms from Vietnam. We didn't have all the upgraded tactical gear or anything like that. So you learn to work through issues, and problem solve is probably one of the biggest things that the Marine Corps taught me. Problem solving, and you don't quit. Like you keep going until the job's done. And it doesn't matter if it's 2:00 in the morning or if it's 7:00 at night. You just keep rolling. And that translated into my business is now translated into what we're doing, with Bree and with Herostock. I'm constantly, I'm up till 1-2 o'clock in the morning, usually sending out emails and texting, and I'm sure people love me for that, but it is what it is.
I was surprised. I know that you and I have corresponded that late at night. I'm thinking it's 11 o'clock here on the West Coast. Jason can't sleep tonight. Something's going on.
Yep. I'm usually up fairly late, and a lot of the times it's sending out stuff. I will occasionally doom scroll, but a lot of times I do.
Is this the best time to get a hold of you?
Probably
I better edit that out.
Yeah, if you get a hold of me between 2:30 and 3:15 a.m., that's when you'll catch me doom scrolling.
Right.
Oh boy. Are these? I mean, it sounds to me, the discipline. There's discipline. Obviously, you've communicated that through this conversation, our separate conversations, and being resilient. And commitment. These are all things that I know that have stood out in at least my observations of what you're doing, not only with Herostock, but also, with guiding Bree along. Bree, are those lessons, are they easy to grasp, or it's kind of like, I want to do my own thing? Because I remember, being young, it's like, Dad, I don't need you to tell me what to do. Or do you ever come into situations like that?
No.
She looks around. Okay, never mind. Next question.
I sometimes try to take.
She just goes, pass.
Yeah. Next question, please. But it's there's still some times where I'm like, hey, I'm an adult. I gotta fail and make mistakes to be able to grow. In you're not gonna be. Hate to say it, you're not going to be around forever to be able to be like, nope, you got to do this instead of that. So I got to learn.
She's firing me. That's what I heard. Oh my God, she's firing me.
Oh my God.
She's maturing rapidly. So
right.
Professionally. So wow.
Man.
All right, you guys. Well, we've talked about the Marine Corps influence and the family values that have shaped you, Bree. What's really fascinating is how the relationship has evolved into a partnership. Jason, at what point did you realize that Bree's music might be something worth helping guide her through this professionally? Because it changed from just being dad to now I'm going to go all in.
Part of it is when she started getting noticed, even with her old band. It's music is a very dirty industry, and there's a lot of people out there that just want a piece of you. So part of this for me is to try to keep the wolf at bay and not let them into the contracts and the carrot dangling and the, that kind of stuff where you can really get locked into something that is not a good thing. I know at some point Bree's going to outgrow me as a manager. And I'm okay with that. But for now, until we can get the right team in place, it's keeping those people out of what she's doing musically, and trying to get her to the right places and in front of the right people at the right times is kind of when that was kind of when I kind of stepped forward, when everybody started going, hey, there's something here, like, you know, you need to really watch out for. And a lot of the musicians that I work with through Herostock were starting to say that. And they're like, you need to be careful, because there's people out there that will take advantage of everything that she's doing. And the next thing you know, you don't have rights to your music. You're locked into a wicked contract where they're taking 95% of royalties, and you don't own your music, and, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, holy crap. Okay, well, we really need to start locking down.
How long have you been out there trying to line up gigs or get recording contracts or anything like that? Is this something that's going on for the last 3 years?
Really, it's only been about the last year, as far as like working with venues, trying to line up, you know, because we always had our own venues for Herostock. So like we would get our own venues, that kind of thing, but it wasn't like part of the music industry. It was part of our festival. So with the actual music industry stuff, it's been within the last year. And, you know, I started getting calls from Louisiana that wanted her to come down and record down there. And, you know, with the lead singer or the lead guitarist for Rascal Flatts, he's got a studio down there. You know, we got the call from Luke Mills to go out and record at Jack, and that's who we're with right now, doing the recordings and stuff. And, you know, there's been a lot of things that came up in the last year, you know, and a lot of gigs where, hey, we want Bree to sing, but it's got to be for free. And it's like, well,
that line.
Yeah, you can only do that so many times before it gets really old, you know, and trying to drag a band down the road too, you know, makes it even harder to go, oh, we're going to go play a free gig. Okay. So we get nothing out of it. You know, so it's really been like the last year.
What is it that you've discovered that maybe you didn't know existed as being in the role of manager?
The hardest part about being a manager and booking agent, especially for me being her dad, is going, hey, I've got this really, really good singer, and she's my daughter, because everybody's daughter has a great voice. And I literally have to play her music for them before they go, oh, so she's like a real singer. She's not just your daughter. Like, she's a real singer. I've struggled with that ever since I've started trying to promote her as a musician and trying to get her into gigs, because everybody's like, oh yeah, your daughter. And even the first time I talked to Luke, we were talking about Herostock, and I was like, yeah, you know, if you ever need somebody to open up a show or whatever, you know, my daughter's a country singer now, and she just left the rock band, and he's like, oh, okay. And, you know, can you like send me like a clip of her singing or something? And we got off the phone, and I sent the clip, and like 5 minutes later, my phone rang again, and he's like, hey man, so like, can we set up a Zoom call like next Wednesday? And we'd like to talk about her like coming out and recording at our studio. And so it was funny going from the, well, yeah, you know, just send me something, to holy crap, okay, how do we get her in with us right now? Because like, we want to record her.
You'd have thought they struck gold or something.
You know? Right.
Yeah. That's got to be that's got to be uplifting, you know, to get a call like that. Do you get many of those, or is it like, you know?
I get a fair amount of calls where once they see Bree and see her band and stuff behind her, and you know, we actually, I'm going to take this back a little bit. We went down February to Wichita, and Country Stampede was putting on a battle of the bands, and they did one in Omaha here, and we missed the deadline on that. So we went up and we watched the Trainer Band and Jaden Schumacher and Tanner Sovereign and Kyle Saylor. Who else was up there? Caleb Kenner. We watched all these guys perform up there, and we watched the battle of the bands up there. And then there was one that was open in Wichita. So we went down to that and drug her band, found out 9 days before the competition that she got selected, threw a band together rapidly, and flew down to Wichita, Kansas, had one practice.
We didn't actually fly. We rented a 15-passenger van and piled in.
Same thing. Come on.
Right.
Basically.
It's a bus.
I was flying. I was going as we were going. Like,
yeah, Airbus F-350.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. But we get down there and you know, we're talking to these other bands, and the one guy, he's been, you know, gigging for 20 years. and his band's been together for like 12. And the other guy, he's been gigging for 20 years, and he's got a full album out, and all this stuff, and you're hearing all these stories about these bigger bands and stuff, and we go down there for sound check, and Bree was the second one to sound check, and the first guy that sound checked, he's been playing 20 years, and like he's legit. He's got 20,000 followers on Facebook, and he's a preacher in Wichita, and Jerem Bell, and he Bree gets up there and starts sound checking, and he walks over to me and Claire, and he goes, "That girl can sing," and like bumps my hand. And the other guy, we were talking to him quite a bit. He runs the dry services, actually has a radio show that's internet, and actually has put her songs on his stuff, but super nice guy. And he was pretty well blown away with her too. And so we go and we finish sound check. We do our running around. We come back to the venue to get ready to go. And they're doing pictures next to the big Country Stampede sign. And Jerem Bell has his group up there, and they're doing these, serious pictures or whatever. And he kicks his band out and he goes, "Bree, come here." He pulls her in. They're doing like the 007 and like goofy pictures and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
What is that?
Yeah. And so he steps out, her band goes in, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Man," he goes, "I've been doing this a long time. She's got something I haven't seen for a very, very long time. She's going places." And I was like, all right, that's pretty cool to hear somebody that's been in the industry for 20 years, to give those kind of props.
Now, hey, can I ask this to Bree? You've done a lot of gigs over the last several months or in the last year, let's just say. Can you talk about what is it? Which one was your favorite, if you have one, and why? Because I know that you played songwriter festivals, you've played venues, and you've got more of them lined up. But so far, have you got one that stands out as being, wow, I'm a rock star. This is so cool. Maybe talk about that.
Yeah, I actually have two. The first one, I opened for Easton Corbin at Channel Seeds Festival, which was really cool. And I got to meet him after the show, and he was like, "Man, you sounded great." And that was just like super cool to hear, like this guy who's had a pretty successful career thus far. And, I grew up listening to his music, and now he's telling me I'm a good singer. Like, what? Like, it was so cool. It was out of this world. And so that was really fun. And I had my best friends, my best friend of, we've been best friends since we were like, 9, but we met before that and we're friends and then reconnected. And so she's been my best friend for a long time. Berkeley, she's awesome. And she was there, and my boyfriend and a couple of his friends who are now my really good friends, Raquel and Anthony, they all came out and supported. And so that was just really good to see, and it was awesome. And then my second one would have to be Joe's Honky Tonk out in Kearney. That one was recent, and I was doing the song The Middle, and I slowed it down. And when I'm up on stage and I'm singing the words, it just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. It's like, oh, wow, I really am in the middle of the ride. I'm in the middle of the ride of my life. Like, this is my dream come true. And there were people up on this like barricade by the stage, and they were singing along and waving hands and had their flashlights out. And I started crying. And I was like,
oh my God, it's happening.
I hate crying in front of people. Like, it's one of my, I hate it. I hate crying in front of people. But I was like, I just kind of soaked it all in that moment, that I was like, wow, this is really cool. This is everything I've ever dreamed of and wanted. And it's just, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. And I couldn't be more grateful for it.
Oh, man.
So I guess we could add that to the list of, songs that maybe inspire, it's kind of something that it's in your set. It's a fun song, and at its correct tempo, it's upbeat and it's lively, but when you slow it down and you listen to the words, it's, hey, this is me. This helps, like I'm here on the stage and I'm doing what I've been dreaming of. It's kind of like a recentering type moment, isn't it? Like everything is going to be all right.
This has been such a great conversation. And Bree, maybe you can tell us where we can find your music.
Yeah, you can find me on all platforms. I believe for Spotify and Apple, it's just Briella Steiner. But any other platform, you can find me at briellasteiner.music.
All right.
And
Jason, and anything.
And briellasteiner.com for my website.
briellasteiner.com. All right. Jason, I know herostock.org has always been the fallback, but is there anything else that you'd like to share with us in the way of the social media presence that we have where we can look?
Yep. So we got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Facebook's kind of the main one. Instagram kind of falls second, and then TikTok whenever I get to it. But yeah, we're all there. Herostock.org. Come visit the website. Tom has done an amazing job. Thank you. You've done an incredible job with the website.
It's a weak strength.
It's a weak strength.
Next week at the Roundtable, we're joined by Ryan Rogers. Ryan is a retired U.S. Marine who enlisted after the attacks of September 11th and went on to deploy 4 times, including combat tours in Iraq and Afghanistan as an infantry squad leader. After his service, Ryan faced the challenges many veterans know all too well: PTSD, TBI, and hearing loss. But he's turned those experiences into purpose. He's the author of Lions of Marja and host of the Choices, Not Chances podcast, where he shares powerful stories from the veteran community. I'm really looking forward to talking with Ryan. Thank you all again for joining us at the Roundtable Where Heroes Talk. Until next time, keep the conversation going and keep honoring our heroes.
There's so many out there, it gets so hard to see. When it comes to my experience, there just might be a few of them out there, marked with the tread on my tires. 'Cause my heart is made of honey and some brown bottle Tennessee fire. Got me riding solo, but that don't mean I stay alone. Just don't want no one telling me when and where I need to go. No need for rescue, no guardian angels required. Don't need no big arms to flex and show me the dumpster they set on fire. And I can pay my own way, light my own flame if I want. You know, when it comes to all of those things, sure as hell ain't talking about love. There's no boy that can make me whole, and I shine just fine on my own. But if you're kind and you treat me good, hold me close like a good boy should. You ain't gotta be perfect, just be true. Say what you mean, prove it what you do. I don't need a boy, but the bad girl in me would sure like a good boy like you. Dance for trouble, and I flirted with fools. They thought they had me figured out, but I took them back to school. Ain't trying to be hard, but you know I ain't easy. So them users, bruisers, and desperate losers, they don't get to give me. There's no boy that can make me whole, and I shine just fine on my own. But if you're kind and you treat me good, hold me close like a good boy should. You ain't gotta be perfect, just be true. Say what you mean, prove what you do. I don't need a boy, but the bad girl in me would sure like a good boy like you. Yeah, a good boy like one of those ride or die real deals, and none of those fake storybook fairy tales. 'Cause I've had enough here with the plastic wannabes. So boy, do you have what it takes to be with me? Come on, let me see. There's no boy that can make me whole, and I shine just fine on my own. But if you're kind and you treat me good, hold me close like a good boy should. You ain't gotta be perfect, just be true. Say what you mean, prove it what you do. I don't need a boy, but the bad girl in me would sure like a good boy like you.